Hi there and welcome back to the M5Stack official channel. I'm Luke and this week I'm joined with the magical Christmas fairy who's come to spread some festive cheer and Christmas magic. As she waves her wand, she lights up the world, bringing happiness to all. Not exactly. There is no magic fairy here and there's no magic. Just a little bit of technical wizardry, using the color sensor, an M5Stack, and a little bit of code. So what is the color sensor and how does it work? Let's have a look at the documentation page. The color sensor uses the TCS3472, which is a sensor that has a bunch of photodiodes, each with a red, green, or blue infrared filter. The built-in LED lights reflect off a surface and back into the sensor, which is then read in as an analog value. So how do we use it? It's recommended that we blacken the surround of the sensor with a black marker, or perhaps with a piece of black electrical tape, which may require you to open the unit. Once we're done with that, plug it into port A and let's get started in UIFlow. First we'll start by going into the unit section and adding a color unit. As this is an I2C unit, we need to connect it to port A. Let's have a look at what blocks there are for the color unit. We have raw data, red, get green, get blue. Let's have a look at what kind of data these blocks generate. We'll create some labels on the screen to show the values coming from the sensor. And then get a label block and drag that get raw data into the empty slot on the label block. Now if we run this code, we can see the values appear on the screen. Now apparently these values are to do with the Kelvin or lux or hue or something like that. A little bit complex for what we actually want to do here. As we saw on the intro video, I used the color sensor to change the lights on the RGB LED strip. So maybe the red, green, blue blocks will work better. So let's duplicate a few label blocks, add a bunch more labels on the screen, and then drag those get red, get green, get blue blocks into the label blocks. And let's see the results. Initially everything was in minus values. I was getting some particularly strange reading from these blocks, which didn't really match to the colors that I was putting the color sensor to. So what to do then if I can't get reliable readings from these blocks? After digging around in the good old REPL, I came across another function called getRGB. I seem to get much more accurate values from this function, but how to use it in the blocks? Switching over to Python, I can see that the unit is instantiated as a variable called color0. Therefore, I could just create a function which returns the value of color0.getRGB function. We used the first function block in the function section in the last lesson. This time we're going to be using the function with the return block on the bottom. I'll rename it to getRGBVal and then create a variable called RGBVal. Then I place it in the return slot of the function. Now all we need is one line of Python code. It's possible to combine lines of Python code into the blocks with the execute block that we can find in the advanced section. Drag this block inside the function and then type in RGBVal equals color0.getRGB and then parentheses. Now I can add a label show block and add the function call from the function that I just made into the empty slot. Let's see what values we get now. Now it seems I'm getting much more precise values, and it seems to be recognizing the colors much better. As you may have noticed, it's outputting the RGB values in an array. I'll need to separate these values if I want to assign them to the LED strip. I can do this simply with a block in the list section. the inList get index block. Remember, we made a variable for the function to output those RGB values to. This variable is a list, so all we need to do is use the numerical blocks from maths to choose the index in the list. Let's duplicate another of these two blocks for each of the indexes. Now we need to add our RGB LED strip. Attach it to port B and add the number of LEDs that you have in your strip. Mine has 150. Now we get the NeoPixel, range and RGB value block. Then we set the range from 0 to 150, or however many LEDs you have in your strip. Drag that inside the loop, and now we're ready to drag our three values into the red, green and blue slots on the NeoPixel block. Remember, if a block gets too long, we can always change it to external inputs. That about does it for our code. Let's run it and have a quick test before we put it up on our tree. The sensor is a little inaccurate at times, but if we hold it up close, it does a fairly good job of recognizing the color. That's all for our video today. Remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment if you wish, and from all of us here at M5Stack, we wish you a Merry Christmas. Goodbye!